I got everything off that I wanted to get off on him. He was hittable for me, which I knew he was going to be. And I thought I would be able to finish him, and I'm happy that I was able to execute that.
Mike Owens with Inside Fighting, and it's always a pleasure to be joined by Randy Rude Boy Brown, who's coming off, dare I say, an early contender for Knockout of the Year, even though we're only in May. Randy, always a pleasure. How are emotions after such a big victory?
Oh man, thank you, bro. It's good, man. It's good. That was a crazy, crazy moment. You know what I mean? Crazy feeling. It was good.
A little bit of needle, sold out arena, and then a knockout like that. That must be, one of, if not your favorite victories.
Yeah, definitely my favorite right now, for sure. Especially because it's so recent. So
Mm. Did you expect that type of fight when you were preparing for Nicholas Dalby?
yeah, I definitely prepared for the best Nicholas Dalby. I knew he's a cardio machine, man. That's what he does. He looks to push the pace. He looks to break people, pull you into deep water. So practicing and just training this whole camp we're super hyper focused on just making sure that my cardio was up to par, my conditioning, and that I can fight for 25 minutes. It's what even though it was a three round fight, but that's the type of training that we did. We focused on just being able to you know continuously just go, 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 go. So my cardiovascular was on point. So even when he picked it up in round two, I was right there with him, you know. So that was really it. And also because of my last fight, tired from being held on the cage and shit. So we just practiced, all that shit. We just staying off the cage and um making better endurance. So he was exactly what I thought he would be.
Have you watched it back yet?
Oh yeah, I watched it a few times.
How have you reflected on what is it, about 6.5 minutes in the cage?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I got everything off that I wanted to get off on him. He was hittable for me, which I knew he was going to be, and I thought I would be able to finish him, and I'm happy that I was able to execute that.
Yeah, 100%.
What's up, guys? There's nothing like a huge boxing event, and this weekend we've got one of the biggest boxing events of the year, Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero in Times Square. It's going to be insane, and Inside Fighting has partnered up with our friends over at DraftKings to bring you all an incredible offer where right now, new DraftKings customers who bet $5 receive $200 of bonus bets instantly, and all you have to do is use our promo code Inside Fighting at sign up. Use those bonus bets on same game parlays, or if sports betting's not yet available in your state, just go play DraftKings Daily Fantasy Sports. Get in on the action there. Again, new DraftKings customers who bet $5 receive $200 in bonus bets instantly, and all you have to do is use our promo code Inside Fighting.
There's a moment, I'm not quite sure where, but there's a moment where you're obviously winning, I would argue winning this fight from a technical aspect, and it
Mhm,
goes from a technical battle into a bit of a war, a bit of a battle.
mhm.
When that type of fight erupts, what's going through your head? Are you on autopilot, just kind of swinging in that moment, or what's kind of the internal thought process?
We're always calculated, and we're always we're always taking risk, but calculated risk. So in that moment, it was a technical fight. I was beating him technically, and a lot of these guys I know they can't really punch. So like not taking anything away from him, but like it's just not a technically wise. It's just like the punches aren't like punches that I have to really worry about, other than overhand right. There's no like sharp shots that I'm like, oh shit, I didn't see that. So once I felt his punches in the second round and he was getting tired and shit, I'm like, oh, okay. I hurt him. I knew I can go in and swing with him and be okay. It's one thing if he was still super sharp and he was faster than me, and maybe I would have to reassess that. But once I heard him, then it was like, all right, he's hurt and he's not as dangerous as he was in the first round. I could commit to this, and then I just sat in there and decided to trade with him. And I knew eventually I would get him because I'm faster and my punches stay strong from bell to bell.
If you don't mind me asking, because you said then that most of these guys can't punch, who's the hardest anyone's ever hit you? Who would be your hardest hitting opponent?
Hmm. Chaos, and he still can't punch. but he
I
can
think
hit
he
hard,
can.
but well, it's a difference between knowing how to punch and just punching hard as well. He's powerful, so Chaos probably hit me the hardest. But a guy that knows how to deliver a punch, a proper, a lot of guys, it's just they just don't. And it's not me talking shit. It's just what it is, man.
Do you think we're going to see, because we often hear this debate about the best boxer in the UFC? I always caveat that by saying your name's never included, which I don't
Mhm.
like. But do you think we are going to see an improvement in MMA boxing, or do you think it's always going to stay as a kind of secondary skill set?
I think it's gonna stay where it is. I don't think that people put a lot of importance on it. And also, they shouldn't have to because it's mixed martial arts. We got so much other shit we gotta worry about. For me, it's just circumstantial. It's the way where I train, location, and just how I came up in my training camps. And I spend a lot of time in the boxing gyms with a lot of boxers and stuff like that. So that's it. Just comes with the territory. But I think boxing, pure boxing, and MMA boxing are two different skill sets, and the range is different. There's so many different factors. So I think MMA boxing is gonna stay right where it's at.
Mm.
You know,
How personal did this one get?
it got personal. It
Mm.
got a little personal, but still, it got personal. But at the end of the day, business is business. Yeah, nothing personal. It
Mm.
got personal, but at the end of the day, not personal. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It does in some ways.
Yeah.
Some fans will watch this and probably won't get that, but I know what you mean. We talked about we spoke after your knockout over Muslim Salikov, and we both agreed that that knockout probably would have been in contention for knockout of the year had that been in a sold out arena. Just over a
Yeah.
year to the date, it felt
Mhm.
like that knockout, the whole execution of it, deserved an arena, and the Kansas City fans were treated to that.
Yeah, man. I'm happy. I'm happy I was in an arena, not the apex with that one. I feel like a lot of my good performances are in like in the apex or
Mm.
like somewhere where people don't get to see it. But I'm happy that we had a sold out arena. Kansas City showed up. It was it was beautiful, man. It was pretty cool to see that. To see the fans' reaction, and I'm happy that they got to see they were treated to such a performance.
Have you seen some of the fans online comparing Saturday's knockout to Holloway Gaethje?
Yeah, I have. I've seen all the edits. People are sending me a ton of edits and all that shit. It's dope. Um, yeah, I didn't realize. I watched it. Someone sent me that video. I was like, damn, it
It
does look
does.
exactly like that. That was crazy. Even the way he fell, everything is insane.
Even the actual positioning of the camera is very, very similar. If it was
Yeah,
another
all of
camera
it.
angle, it looks completely different.
Yeah, all of it is wild. But shoot, it's what it is.
So I know that you're on the way to somewhere, the hospital or the doctors, to get your surgery on your hand. What is the actual extent of the damage to your knowledge?
There it is.
Mm.
Still fat. I shouldn't be out bad. 6 to 8 weeks recovery. It's just broke. You can see the X-ray is just it's broken. It's like my index finger, that knuckle area,
Mm.
and a little bit of damage. But they're gonna go patch me up, and then they said that I'll be back. I should be back within 6 to 8 weeks. So
So all being well, we should see you again this year.
oh yeah, 100%.
Mm. What's next in your mind?
I don't know, man. I would like honestly, I would like to fight. I'm still chasing that rankings. I'm still chasing that Jeff Neal fight. He's number 8. I think that'll be a great fight. Carlos Prates, I think that's another amazing fight. Me and Prates can do it. Uh, I think those are the two fights that I got my eye on right now. But we'll see whatever the UFC. We'll sit down with my team, sit down with everyone, and see what they come with.
I thought I'd play a little game with this interview. So what I did was I got the list of number 11 to 15 at welterweight,
Mhm.
which is Wonderboy 11, Michael
Mhm.
Morales 12, Carlos Prates 13, Vicente Luque 14, and MVP 15. If you could pick one of those five guys to fight next, who would it be and why?
Give me the list again.
Wonderboy, Michael Morales, Carlos Prates, Vicente Luque, and MVP.
Prates, honestly, Prates probably.
Why is that? Just the
Luke
style
has
thing?
a fight. I mean, being realistic, I mean, Luke already got a fight, right?
Yeah.
I would love that rematch. He would have been first on my list. but he has a fight. Um, MVP is not available. Um, I don't believe Wonder Boy is available either. Um, yeah, I think the only two available for me would be Michael Morales or Prates. I think those would be the two fights.
What did you make on the main event between Ian and Carlos? Did you stick around to watch it, or were you too busy?
I watched it. I
Mm.
watched it. Definitely watched it, and thought it was good. Listen, I thought Prates showed exactly, who he is. He looked good, and I thought Ian looked good. I had Ian picked. I thought Ian was going to take it anyway from the beginning, and yeah, I thought Prates looked exactly how I thought he looked when I was doing research on him. Preparing to fight him myself. But yeah, I thought he looked good.
100%. A couple more from me before I let you go. It's one thing that's better than earning two paychecks is earning three. So congratulations on the bonus, well deserved. Can I ask how much does winning that 50K bonus for fans who aren't educated, how much does winning that bonus affect things for you?
It's cool. It's cool. At this point in my career, I'm definitely grateful for it. I'm happy, but definitely pay some taxes. So that's great. I'm happy. I'm happy with that. Um, yeah, I was hoping I would get two of them. That would have been
Mm.
nice. But no, it's good. It's good.
Do you treat yourself to something, or does that just go in the bank for as some funds for whatever you need next?
Yeah, let's go into the bank, man. I mean, I got nothing really that I want right now. As far as treating myself, I'm cool, and I'm just focused on just on to the next one, bro. Getting better and getting more, collecting more checks. So this is what I'm in it for, to collect money and keep the money going up and up and up and up. So um 50 G's ain't gonna do it for what I need, you know what I mean? So we gotta get more and more.
Would you trade in the 50 G's that you earned extra on Saturday night for a fight in the rankings next?
For a fight in the rankings
Yeah,
next?
yeah. Since this is the conversation that everybody's talking about, would you trade that in?
Hell no. Hell no. The rankings at this point, to me, it's kind of losing it what it meant to be right before.
Mm.
And plus, will it mean more money? Then yeah. But if it doesn't mean more money, then no. At the end
Yeah.
of the day, I'm a prize fighter, bro. I'm a prize fighter, and um, it has to correlate to money. You know what I mean? It has to correlate to me making more money or being able to advance my career closer to the title. And a ranking doesn't necessarily do that at this point, honestly. I mean, I think right now I'm gonna get a ranked fighter next. I'm pretty confident I'm gonna get a ranked fighter next. But so yeah, if you ask me if I would trade the 50, the question should be if you got would I change the 50, would I exchange the 50 G's for a number right now, then maybe yes.
Okay.
Right? But for a ranked fighter next, I think that's what's gonna happen anyway.
Right.
So I'll
Makes
take
sense.
both. I'll take both.
I like it. Yeah, I like it. Right answer. Last question. I'll leave you with this one. Talk me through what the celebrations look like on either Saturday night or throughout the course of the start of this week. I know you've been to Jamaica to see some friends and family, I assume. So, how does Rude Boy celebrate such a big victory?
The celebration was cut short, but I went to Carnival, I had a good time at Carnival, and I already planned to go there from before though. Like we had that booked out. Um, that was really it. Went to Carnival. I went to a ton of parties and stuff. I had mad fun. I had to just come back. The doctor, once I got my X-ray in Jamaica, did my X-ray, sent it to my doctor. He was like, "I need you to come back now." So they put me on a flight, and they put me on a flight last night, and I'm here to get my surgery this morning. I'm heading to get surgery now. So let's cut a little short, but that was really it. But celebration was fun. It was fire.
Good stuff. Well, Randy, it's always a pleasure, my man. Congratulations on the victory. I hope you enjoyed some celebrations, and I do hope you get that ranked fight next. Best of luck with the surgery, and we'll talk again soon.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.